3 bases up at this point. 1 Dark Templar that are trying to get inside, but does get taken out. I'm saying that a little bit late, and I'm sorry about that. Cannon is also being set up inside the natural. They're also inside the main, so he's being conscious of possible muta harassment. Bisu just being very careful. He has Zealots and Archons on the way. This is the kind of build that Bisu does these days, is a heavy Zealot Archon army, because Archons, of course, rip apart any and all zerg, and you really need Dark Swarms to at least slightly help you in that, because without Dark Swarm, Archon, I'm sorry, do not just only the... Okay, talk myself to a corner there. With Dark Swarm, the Archons only do the splash damage and not the full-on damage as well, because with that there's so much danger. So many lurkers now on the way for maGma, so he's going to go for a heavy lurker build. 6 hatch lurkers, I believe, and another hatchery now going up, so he's going heavy hatcheries. Apparently it's 5 hatch at this point. Ooh, Bisu there thinking of pushing in, but he sees those lurkers there, and it's not going to do that. Bisu has, meanwhile, taken the 9 o'clock position, so heavy economic build there. Now, getting some drones, he's going to have 3 gases, also mining. maGma has to now very soon think about either pushing or getting another expansion. I think getting another expansion would actually be the safer point at this thing, because way too many forces now on the way for Bisu. And now maGma is pushing out. He has some zerglings, he has a bunch of lurkers as well. We're going to see what he managed to do with this. Lots of lurkers burrowing, and Bisu, though, does have an observer out and does have a lot of High Templar, so this High Templar should be able to... maGma, some lurkers getting caught there. I thought he was going to storm those lurkers, but no. He actually pushes it back because there were some lurkers burrowed there, so a lot of High Templars, though, on the way. 1 storm going off on a few of those zerglings, and 1 off on one of the lurkers. I don't think managed to take the lurker out. There's an observer now on the ground for Bisu, though. Well, technically it's in the air, but never mind, you know what I mean. Lots of zerglings and lurkers for maGma. maGma has to be very careful how he pushes out. He has nothing to take out those observers, and that's the danger there. Bisu running a few of his... 2 of his High Templar and a few of his Zealots right over a lurker attack, so he has to be very careful in that regard as well. There are now Scourge now on the way to take out those observers. maGma has speed upgrade for his overlords, and a Hive and Defiler Mound already on the way, so maGma knows exactly. He's like, he read my mind. I told him he needed Dark Swarm, and now he's getting some Dark Swarm Plagues. Also, of course, be very good against that army. I'm going to see what he goes. Technically, maGma now at this point trying to put down another hatchery, and Bisu has seen this now. He's moving out. Lurkers being burrowed just on now. Archons moving in with Dragoons as well as High Templar. Storms going off on some of those lurkers. Oh, a bunch of zerglings also up in the lost, but Bisu still trying to push up, moving back a little bit. Those Archons doing so much damage, even though those zerglings are being separated pretty well. So Bisu has temporarily moved back because he knows that maGma is very close and can reinforce that very soon. maGma probably just waiting for Consume to finish researching before he tries to get his Defilers out, because as soon as those Defilers are out, he can do a lot of heavy damage. So many Observer Nows out for Bisu, so he's going to be able to spot all those lurkers that are on the ground and do a lot of damage. 1-1 upgrades, meanwhile, up for maGma. He has 1 Carapace, 1 weapons, while Bisu has 1 weapons. I believe Hydrisks, no, never mind. Their Hydrisks are not actually on the ground. So maGma here going around, trying to possibly think of a zergling attack, but that's going to be stopped instantly. Meanwhile, Bisu doing a counterattack here, being met with almost nothing, but maGma is going to be able to catch him in the back with a bunch of zerglings and lurkers. The nice, very nice storms preventing those from moving in. Lurkers being forced to... Surge, very bad position, so nice storm, all of them go down, all the lurkers going down. That 1 sacrifice from the Templar just before he dies manages to storm himself and all 4 lurkers that were under him, killing them all. maGma still trying to reinforce. He cannot allow this base to die. There's still an Archon, several Dragoons, and a few High Templar. Those High Templar are going to merge into an Archon before they manage to get killed, but that 1 Archon's still there, going to be able to kill a lot. Those Zerglings are, I think, Cracklings at this point, so... doing a lot of damage, and that 1 Archon with 39 kills. Weapons 2 for Bisu, and the Archon 39 kills. That is insane. That Archon, freaking hero Archon, power overwhelming indeed. Again here maGma trying to engage. Dark Swarms are coming up, so that's going to prevent those Dragoons from doing any damage, and from those Archons from doing too much damage. I want to thank my fans for pointing out to me why you would need Dark Swarms against Archons. Last time I commented on the game like that, I apparently got a little bit confused, so thank you my fans for helping me, for fixing my mistakes. I wouldn't be doing this without you guys. Well, actually, I do this for my own amusement, and if that ever stops, I quit completely, haha. So a lot of storms going off there, another Dark Swarms also off, so maGma trying to push in now as much as he can, but those Templar are doing a lot of good storms. Bisu playing very well here, doing exactly what he needs to do, using those defilers very well. Play going off on a bunch of Dragoons, Zealots, and one Archon. Bisu, meanwhile, expanding yet again. Bisu being like a zerg here, actually expanding everywhere, again and again. Wow, look at all those plagued units, so much. They're going to be very careful to move in. I mean, one lurker should be able to take most of them out. Again, oh, Zergling's trying to move in. Kraken's doing another plague going off on the second Archon. Pretty much all those forces on the ground of Bisu's are plagued. So, Ultralisk Tavern, meanwhile, on the way for maGma. maGma, I think, has 4 mining bases at this point. Yeah, one of them barely mining. Meanwhile, a shuttle on the way. It's got to get spotted. That's shuttle. Bye-bye. No lurker drop or High Templar drop. I think it was maybe actually a High Templar drop from Bisu. That's going to be easily spotted, so that was pretty bad. But Bisu's still not in that bad a position. He has to be very careful how he engages. Does so nice storms all over the lurkers, and those Dark Storms being just completely neutralized by those wonderful storms. Those Archons also trying to move in, but Bisu has to be very careful how he moves into those Dark Swarms. Zergling's now moving in, but those Dark Swarms are not going to allow him to move in. Cracklings do manage to take out some of those Dragoons, but Archon's still alive. That one Archon there has 25 kills. It's insane. Now he racks up the kills. 28 now. Jeez, Bisu now has 4 mining bases. I'm sorry, 4 mining bases for each. Meanwhile, Ultralisks out for maGma. 2-2 upgrades for them. So he's just waiting for that Ultralisks, for the Ultralisk armor upgrade, so he can get his Ultralisk up to insane amounts. You can get your Ultralisk up to 5-3, if I remember correctly. That takes an age to kill those Ultralisks, even when you got Archons and a High Templar now on the ground. Bisu again expanding at the downward right corner, so I think that's more there than anything, not just taking an expansion, but also prevent maGma from expanding himself. 2 Archons there being caught by Zerglings and Ultralisks. They're going to get cleaned up pretty quickly. There are also lurkers there. Bisu being very aggressive expander here, and maGma not expanding enough. He has quite a few forces down on the ground, but I don't know how much gas he has. He has, I think, actually 3 gases, or 3 or 4 gases. Bisu also have a very large force on the ground. Bisu macroing up insanely. I don't know how many gateways he has at this point. But maGma has to be very careful, because Bisu, with the amount of gas he has, should be able to actually replenish his forces a little bit faster, because those Ultras cost a lots and lots of gas, so he wouldn't be able to replenish those with the amount of gas he has. There are Dark Templar, Archons, High Templars, Zealots, Dragoons, everything on the ground. Meanwhile, maGma has Cracklings, Ultralisks, as well as Ultralisks and Defilers on the ground. So another engagement here coming. No, maGma's going to try to reposition a little bit. He's going to meet those Zealots head on. Going to take those out before he focuses on that expansion. Darkstorm going up, and nice storms everywhere by Bisu. Just storming so well, catching the Ultralisks. Why do we need such a large Zealot army that are 1-2 upgrades, 1 armor upgrade and 2 weapons upgrade? And with an Bisu being very smart, they're deciding instead to go for a armor upgrade instead for the 3rd weapons upgrade. Actually, I believe he already has at this point the 3rd weapons upgrade. So those Archons and Zealots are going to be insanely powerful. We're going to see if he goes for the shield upgrades for the Archons to make him even harder to kill. Meanwhile, maGma still at 2-2 upgrade. That I don't know if those Ultralisks have their special armor upgrade at this point yet or not. Another nice play going off on an Archon, several Dragoons and the Zealots though, but maGma in not bad position, not being able to reinforce his forces quite as fast as he was like to. There's a Defiler there consuming. We're going to see some Dark Swarms very